What's going on, guys? Today is day 74, I believe. So basically, it'd be day 2 of week 3 of phase 3. Complicated. Today we got some ab work. I'll probably do some ab ripper X. Also do some ab course plus if I have a little bit more time or if I feel like I need it. Listen to your body, guys. That's a big deal. On a side note, we're reaching, this is the second to last week. We're basically almost halfway through this week, which means we have one more week after this, and then that's it. 90 days goes like this. You're going to notice that, make sure you're doing those photos. And if you're doing what you should have been doing, if you're eating the way you should be eating, if you're doing the workouts as planned, you should see a huge transformation from day 90 to comparing it to day 1. I can't speak enough about the diet portion of this. This is key. So today, before I get into the workout, and I probably won't film the workout, you guys have seen me do ab ripper probably dozens of times now. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about just a real talk moment. Let's do a real talk moment. I've been talking to you guys about a couple things I've been wanting to talk to you about, so let's put them out there. This topic I think is going to encompass more of people and stress. So I'm not one usually to kind of give you guys my personal drama and what's going on with me. I don't do a lot of energy drinks, but when I do, no, I'm just kidding. But that's gonna look bad. That is an energy drink, by the way. Getting ready for the workout because I've been getting really crappy sleep lately. So basically, on a personal side note, you guys have noticed that I haven't been regular with these uploads. I've been taking on a very large project. I decided to tile a room, which I have little to no experience doing, but I said, you know what, let me take a crack at it, and I did. And I'm pretty content with the way it came out, but it did take up a lot of time, and it did take up a lot of time. I'm sure I burned tons of calories doing it. I'm sure during those 3 or 4 days when I took that project on, I'm sure I was definitely at a calorie, either maintenance calorie-wise or at a deficit, because I was literally doing an 8-hour shift sometimes laying this tile. Besides that, what else is going on with me? One thing that I highly suggest is that, and I know this is very hard to control, but try to control your stress levels. Try to control, you're never going to be able to control what happens to you in your life, but having a certain control of your stress and having that type of personality where you can just kind of brush things off your shoulder or find an outlet for it. You know, P90X is a great outlet for stress, but, you know, find something that'll help you deal with your stress. Stress is going to be an enemy to you when you're looking to lose weight. It actually does the opposite. It helps you, the stress and the release of the body chemistry involved in it makes you actually store body fat instead of lose weight. So that's a huge issue if you're looking to get ripped, especially these last couple weeks. Let me give you guys a little bit of a, I guess, peek into my life. Just recently, actually, I'll give you a prime example of that. And this is just recently. This has been my turn of events recently. Driving. I was actually driving home from New Year's party or New Year's or whatever. And on the ride home, I felt my car kind of out of control, you know, kind of like I had a flat. And I was thinking, you know, what the heck's going on? Long story short, I decided it's probably low on air, which I did check. It was low on air, and I said, I'll make it home. I drove a couple more miles, and the car became just uncontrollable. I actually ended up pulling over, and I realized that both tires in the rear were flat, by the way. This is a rear-wheel drive car. And if you have a rear-wheel drive car and you don't have tires, you're going to notice that it's very difficult to drive that vehicle. I noticed that the inner side wall of the vehicle, the rear tires, on one of them at least, was completely just torn apart, destroyed. And I looked like I was probably riding on the rim for a little bit. Luckily, the rim wasn't destroyed, yes. But, you know, it was a bad turn of events. So, and, you know, waiting for a tow truck and getting the tow truck to come out and pick up the car and having, you know, exhaust scratched on the way up on the tow truck, whatever, you know. At the end of the day, though, although I was upset about the fact that this happened to my vehicle, I was also very relieved that it didn't happen while I was going fast, or it didn't really happen while I was probably go because I felt the change in the tire and the drive for the car when I was getting on the on ramp, so I wasn't going very quickly. I could have easily been going, 65 or 70, whatever the speed limit is, and easily that tire would have ripped apart, and I would have totally lost control. And I'm thankful for that. At the end of the day, I'm more relieved that there wasn't more damage to the car or damage to myself in the process. It was actually probably the best case scenario for a tire that literally the sidewall just ripped apart because of age, I'm thinking. So that's kind of sometimes what you have to do with life. At the end of the day, you have to try to look at the glass half full and try to really not let things affect you as much. At the end of the day, stress is going to happen, drama is going to happen. Whether it's blowing a tire in the freeway or, losing a significant other. At the end of the day, you can't let things get to you sometimes. You got to kind of push forward and you have to kind of keep living life. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. So, waiting for this energy drink to kick in because I'm running on very low sleep, which I know I keep telling you guys to prioritize, and I need to prioritize a little bit more, but now things are getting a little bit more normalized so where I can do that. That's about it, guys. That's kind of what's going on with me in life. Just kind of giving you a small taste of what's going on with me. I'm enjoying the bulk. I've noticed that I'm actually eating a little bit more junk than I used to, and by eating more junk, I mean like I've splurged 1 or 2 meals during the holiday season, whether it's New Year's or Christmas. But it's not like I'm gaining astronomical amount of weight. And at the end of the day, the way I realize is that I'm able to keep it. I'm able to turn around and get ripped really quickly, so I'm not too worried about it. One thing to, that's one of the benefits of going through this at least once is that you realize what food does to you and how it reacts in your body. And so I'm not really too worried about that. But I'm definitely kind of getting to that point where I'm like, should I cut? Should I not cut? I think I've decided to move forward with this into P90X2, abiding by their rules on their nutrition guide for P90X2, but actually still staying at a surplus calorie-wise. But, that's kind of where I'm at, where my kind of goals are. I feel like a true bulk should be a couple months, and by a couple I mean more so 6 than 3. So, kind of where I'm at. I feel good though. I feel stronger. On a side note, total side note, completely sore on my front delts and my pecs from yesterday's workout. I wasn't a big believer. I'm jumping around topics like crazy. I wasn't a big believer in the power stands, the Beachbody power stands. I didn't really think that made that big of a difference. I thought that with dumbbells it was very similar. I was completely wrong. They make a huge difference. The fact that the grips are way larger than any dumbbell grip, even larger than my Bowflex dumbbell grips. The grips are ginormous. The grips are probably about 2-3 inches, 2.5 inches, give or take, 2 inches, give or take. The grips make a huge difference. They actually are really tall. They're about, it's hard to say because they're actually sloped, but it's about, I want to say 2-3 inches off the ground. So as you get really deep in the push-up position, I found myself with the power stands and the 12-pound vest. It's a lot harder to get as many push-ups as I've been doing. It's been very difficult. But I like it. And I actually like the slope on the handles. It actually does put a little bit more strain on making you get good technique. And actually, it helps you a lot with your wrist strength because of the thickness of the bar. But I actually love them. I want to give them a couple, I have to give them a lot more use because of P90X2. But at the end of the day, I mean, they're awesome. They actually do definitely hit the muscles a little bit different. Even with the 12-pound vest, I was able to get more reps before just using dumbbells. And now that I'm using power stands, my reps just went down. A little bit of that also has to do with the fact that, my body's probably completely cleansed of creatine right now, which is fine. That happens. That's what you're supposed to do. But I'm excited. That's awesome. That's awesome stuff. At the end of the day, we'll see how I'm feeling about the power stands and how they'll benefit me in the future. But that's it, guys. kind of feel like I woke up a little bit. I'm gonna get some ab work done today, and tomorrow we've got some shoulders and arms. So tomorrow is the halfway point for this week, and then one more to go. So finishing up this one, and if you guys have questions, comments, let me know. But besides that, guys, we're almost done with this vlog. So hope you've enjoyed it so far, but we'll see you guys tomorrow still. Peace.